Happy Monday, English 111 students. Welcome to Module 2. Today, we're starting the Visual Rhetorical Analysis essay. So this is a pretty big essay. It's worth 20% of your grade. The focus of the essay is for you to analyze and understand how advertisers use rhetorical appeals in the rhetorical situation in order to persuade the audience, their intended audience, to purchase or buy or affiliate themselves with the product. So you're going to spend some time thinking about rhetoric for the next 5 weeks. Ultimately, you've got to choose a visual ad, print ad from a magazine, and that's very specific. You have to actually have a physical magazine and choose an advertisement, not an article, but an advertisement of some product within that magazine. And that's important, and you will understand as we go along why we need it to be within a magazine. So you will be doing a number of assignments in this particular module. You're going to be analyzing rhetoric of speeches, several different speeches in particular. I have also a couple of images that you're going to do some discussion board analyses of, but most particularly for your reading responses in this module, I'm going to have you concentrate on some speeches. And I think you're going to enjoy that. And we'll start that next week in week 6. So by the end of your first week, I have a transcript as well as the video of a particular speech. So at any rate, when you open your Blackboard and you look at your Monday memo for this week, the Monday memo gives a little bit of explanation about rhetoric as being the art of persuasion, as well as visual rhetoric, which is very specific in that we are using images as argument. I have a mini lesson on the rhetorical situation. I want you to read that carefully. It's important. That's the foundation of being able to understand the rhetorical appeals, is to first understand the rhetorical situation. And it's a fairly lengthy mini lesson. As you can see, I have a graphic and some description. So you want to go through that carefully. Once you do that, you're going to go ahead and click into Module 2. This essay is due October 23rd. Again, I have some description of what we're doing with this essay. I have the prompt right here. Again, I have the note about your ad choice in terms of finding a contemporary. It can't be a retro ad. I know a lot of people like to go back and look at like old Coca-Cola ads, but that's not appropriate for this particular assignment. So it must be contemporary within the past 5 or 6 years. I know sometimes we have old magazines. And that's okay as long as it's, relatively contemporary. Here's our assignment sheet. Here's the rubric. And then you're going to jump into week 5. You've got several assignments due this week. The first assignment is your virtual attendance assignment, which is due on Wednesday, September 20th. There will be an image that you need to discuss, particularly thinking about the rhetorical appeals. Then you have to post also a discussion board, your topic and the advertisement you choose, as well as the picture of the magazine cover. And that should be pretty clear when you read your discussion board instructions. And then finally, by the end of the weekend, you want to go ahead and read the speech for next week's reading response. It's Ronald Reagan, President Reagan's 1986 speech on the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster that happened in 1986. So that those are your assignments. When you click into your week 5, you have this fairly lengthy PowerPoint that you want to go ahead and cover. It's pretty informative. You want to go through it, and you want to kind of keep going through it just to inform yourself about rhetorical situation and the rhetorical appeals. Then I have these 4 short videos that I took off YouTube, and my students, I've used these for a couple of years now. My students like them. They're each pretty short, anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, covering the various lessons when students are learning about rhetoric. So there's one on the rhetorical appeals, one on the rhetorical situation, the audience, and exigence. So go through those videos. None of them are very long. This should take you probably 15 minutes. Here is your virtual attendance assignment about finding the rhetorical appeals in this image. And to find the image, you're going to click on this link. And you have to respond to 2 classmates' posts. Please don't forget about that. That's part of the assignment. Then finally, your chosen ad and thinking about the initial appeals. And just like with the other discussion board, part of this is responding to 2 of your classmates with helpful feedback. Finally, here is your reading selection for next week's reading response. So this attached PDF here is the speech transcript. Here is a link to President Reagan's presentation of the speech, his delivery of the speech. And then you're going to actually need to read click on this link. It's a NASA article on the background of the Challenger disaster. That's important for you to understand context. So that's for next week. Any questions, you know what to do. Give me an email, come by my office, and this is a fun essay assignment. So we've got plenty of time to start covering it. All right, talk to you later.